Tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Yeah. You want improv?
Yeah. That's make me want to holler. When I tell him, I smoke a gang of reefer, but no, I never pass it. Always remember me for kicking the hip-hop classics. I'm Capone Slizzle, I do my own thizzle. True blue, gangster nigga to the bone gristle. My status so official, but haters get me twisted. Shooting shots at my characters, but they always missing. Like my close people, but I don't mention names. They don't really love me, they just love the fame.
Well, what up, everyone? Thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV for the season finale, season 1 for Black Jesus. I'm your host, Bamm Ericsen, and I want to introduce my panel.
Thaddeus Massey's in the house.
And we have none other than Mr. Gerald Slink Johnson, who plays Black Jesus. What's up?
What's up, what's up, what's up, Bamm? Thaddeus, AfterBuzz TV, what it do, man?
Slink Johnson's in the house, ladies and gentlemen.
We have waited for this day.
Man, me too, sir.
Well, people, the big question that people always ask me when they see me in regards to Black Jesus is they always ask, is Black Jesus really that tall? So can you do me a favor? Can you just stand up? So for those who are watching the show, you can actually see that he is tall. I'm 6'1".
I'm gonna have to stand on my chair.
So as you can see, he's really that tall. How tall are you?
6'7".
He's 6'7", so yes,
Lord,
that's not the camera trick. He is a tall brother, which I think is perfect for you playing Black Jesus. So how you been? How's everything? How are you dealing with newfound fame and being a celebrity?
Man, Bamm, it's humbling. It's amazing. It's a dream come true.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's everything I ever wanted, man, and you know, it's only growing.
Yeah.
And thanks to the fans, you know, and all the people out there that support Black Jesus, that support Slink Johnson as an individual, I really say thank you, man. This is amazing. Like every day now, more and more, you know, I get people, hey, Black Jesus, or, you know, hey, you the G Code man. So it is definitely something to adjust to, you know what I mean? It's definitely being, I don't necessarily consider myself famous, but I now know that I'm no longer anonymous. So, you know, I have to be mindful of the things that I do while I'm out here.
I remember driving down Sunset Boulevard and looking above Pink Taco and seeing this guy like this, his own billboard. I'm like, he got it. Okay.
God is good.
Because Bamm told me about the show, right? So I just happened to be driving like the next day or something and saw you on the bill. I'm like, he got his own bill. I'm like, oh, this show is going to be something.
Have you seen that? Have you seen that billboard?
Man, have I seen it? I think for like the first week it was up, I went up there like 3 times a week and took pictures, man. And I cried, man. I cried so much, man. The first time I saw the billboard, man, I went home and took a shower and stripped butt naked and laid in the bed like in the fetal position and sucked my thumb, and I just cried myself to sleep. I was so happy.
The fetal position?
In the fetal position.
At 6'7"?
At 6'7", that's real vulnerable right there. I felt very humble and vulnerable, man. For real.
What does your family think about it? Do they like you playing Black Jesus? Was there any criticism from your family you playing this role?
Oh, not at all, because, you know, my family is very supportive, from my immediate family to my extended family and all my friends. Everybody who's been around me most of my life knows I'm a clown, and they know how bad that and how much I desire, you know, being into the business and being successful in the business. So everybody's very 100% super supportive. Man, I can't say enough about my family right now. My mom, my dad, and like I said, my extended family, all my cousins, everybody's very proud, and it feels good to be somebody they're proud of and give them something to be proud about.
Right.
Man, this is amazing.
How do they feel about the content, like just the content conceptually of the show?
Well, you know, when I first, you know, I'm originally from Arkansas, and you know, I got some older aunties and you know, matriarchs of my family, and you know, when I first told them about the idea, they said, Gerald, I don't know about that one, Gerald. You know, because they deeply rooted in their spirituality, you know. Right. But after they saw the show, my Aunt Vivian in particular, she's like, she don't play, you know what I'm saying? But Aunt Vivian, she saw the show and she was like, she said she laughed and she enjoyed it and told me to keep on doing what I'm doing. So, you know, all the matriarchs in my family are with it. I don't care about what nobody else say.
Right. That's dope.
That is.
That's important, having that kind of support, because, you know, obviously whenever you delve into something in your career, especially something that's going to be controversial, that hits home, especially for a lot of us, that, you know, this hits home, you know, so just the fact that you had that support, I know that's a big deal.
It really is, man. I mean, you know, they're watching, they're telling their friends, you know, and it's just, it's amazing. It's humbling. I got some good people, man. Mm-hmm. Really good people around me, man, that really cares about what I'm doing. Been with me for forever, you know, from the top ramen days, you know. I mean, it ain't like I'm eating filet mignon right now, but I can give me a good chili dog. I can take a chick out to Winter Schnitzels now. You know
well, you not only have good people around you, but you also have a great supporting cast. So I want to go into the finale episode. Now, it was titled WTFWBJD. What does that stand for?
Oh wow.
You know what that stands for.
I don't know. I mean, it's just a bunch of letters. I mean, you can make up something for yourself, you know. I guess you can make up something for yourself. What you think it means?
What the fuck with Black Jesus?
What the fuck will Black Jesus do? What the fuck? You know, you saw the little. You always see WWJD, you know. Right. So you know they just had to put their own spin on it. You know, what the fuck will Black Jesus do?
I must have laughed for like a good 3 minutes before I even started the episode when I saw the title. I was like, no, they didn't. This is hilarious.
Yeah, man.
The finale, it was a great finale. Let's go into the Lloyd Vic situation. All right, so
yes, let's.
So Vic thinks that the situation is over. Scram, scoot, we're done. I've accomplished my mission. So now I don't need you, Lloyd. Mm-hmm. Lloyd, on the other hand, was like, no. So he issues he subpoenas him for court. For court. Right. What did you guys think about that whole entire scene? I thought it was quite hilarious.
It was absolutely hilarious. Look here, I'm gonna tell you the truth. The creation process of Black Jesus, not just the filming, but the process of actually coming with stories is so fun, man. It is so fun. I mean, with Mike, Clattenburg, Megan Roberts, excuse me, Megan Collins. I'm faded, Megan. Mike Clattenburg, Megan Collins, you know, Robert Wise, Aaron McGruder, and myself, we get together and we brainstorm and try to come up with a few concepts, man. And that part is fun. You know what I'm saying? Just sitting there with those guys and creating, you know what I mean? And not to mention the catered food. I mean, it's bomb. You know what I'm saying? Sitting in the writing room. I eat good in the writing room. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Aaron.
The craft service is period on set.
yes. And Z, the guys who catered to set the Black Jesus, thank you. They killed it every day, man. I need some of the fresh blueberry pancakes ready now, partner.
Wow. I took a plate home with me. You
feel me?
I took a plate. But anyway, so it was really hilarious. So when he got served, and so now they're in court.
Subpoena, sucker.
And he had on Vic suit.
right. Had the nerve to have his clothes on top of that. Yo, I was, you know, taken aback. I really want them to delve more into the backstory. I can't wait till season 2. I'm just gonna speak it into existence because there's no way they can have a season 2 for this show. It would be a controversy for there not to be a season 2. So I'm speaking to existence. There will be a season 2, and I can't wait to see them going to the backstories of these other characters and see like how their story. I would love to see how Lloyd ended up on the street because he's so smart. This dude is a smart dude.
What's so interesting about Lloyd is we've said this on the show is, you know, Lloyd may be homeless, but he has a background where he's obviously, you know, he's like if you compare him to television, he's like how Walona was on the on Good Times.
Right.
He was Pearl from 2 to 7. There is nothing in the streets that Lloyd is not aware about. He knows who everyone is. He knows. I mean, he just knows exactly everything.
Right.
What would an old man like him know anything about the greatest dance movie ever? You Got Served. So he knows. He keeps his ear to the streets, and that's one thing that you cannot
No pun intended.
Right, no pun intended.
Yeah, he keeps his ear to the streets, and so I like the whole thing with how he served them, and then when they're in court, then he uses the videotape that he videotaped of him. Remember, Lloyd personally kept getting him drunk just so that he can take advantage of the situation.
Right.
Then he uses the tape. I had a problem with Lloyd's lawyer. Y'all couldn't get him any speaking lines. What's up with that?
Well, Lloyd's lawyer is actually Norm Alajim. He is the big boss. I mean, he's one of the executive producers of the show. He one of the main guys over there at Levity Entertainment Group, and it was nice to get Norm in on the shot. Shout out to Norm. I see you, Norm. What's happening, pimp? You know what I'm saying? That's my guy, man. Norm came and ripped it. You know, hey, man, lawyers don't talk too much. They about the money, man. How many lines you expect them to say? You know, the more lines they say, the more money you got to spend.
That's
so,
true.
you know.
That's right.
I just thought.
And you know he would have got his cut.
See, I didn't know that he was an executive. I thought maybe he was, you know, just like a special background actor. So I was like, dang, could they have given him like at least one word? But
I'm gonna give you two more. Norm, he played Lloyd's attorney. Robert Wise, who was also an executive producer on the show and very big in the creative process, he played Detective Diggs, one of the officers that came to arrest Booney. And
okay.
Julius, the other officer that was there with Detective Diggs in the scene where they arrested Booney, Julius is the head stunt man, the key stunt coordinator. So, you know, it was kind of fun. You know, we people on the crew wore multiple hats.
Keep it in the family.
Most definitely.
Gotta love it.
Who was Vic's attorney?
Vic's attorney was some dude that wasn't doing a good job for him. So the next Johnny Cochran, my ass.
Right.
I shout out to that brother. He did a good job. I don't remember the brother's name, but shout out. You did a great job, brother. Thank you for your participation in Black Jesus. Yeah, he did a great job, man. Because I wouldn't hire his ass.
Dude had he was just sitting there, and Lloyd had Vic on tape. So I was like, dude, you just got played by a bum on the street.
Man.
A smart bum.
A smart bum.
Look, Lloyd's character, Lloyd is a very, very cunning individual. And he is indeed homeless by choice.
Right.
So take that in consideration, you know, for somebody to just, you know, take it upon themselves to decide, okay, I want to be homeless. You know, there has to be something behind that. So Lloyd is definitely a cunning individual.
I'm trying to figure out, my thing is, why is Lloyd trying to like maneuver into Vic's like his whole bubble? It's like he's trying to replace Vic and take over Vic's like where Vic is and be the new, not be the new Vic, but like, you know, take over his situation. Like, and Vic is so easily manipulated. Like Vic thinks he's the one manipulating Lloyd the whole time. Lloyd is the one that's working him.
Yeah.
I took it as Vic is a old lonely man. He has no friends, and I think that Lloyd's an opportunist. You know, he's a lineman. He has multiple hats. So like anytime he sees basically a sucker, he's going to put that saran wrap around you and put you in his pocket. So that's how I take. That's what I take Lloyd to be. And if you look like a dummy, he's gonna get you.
And that's the beauty of Aaron's writing, and a mixture between Aaron and Mike's writing and John Witherspoon as an individual and as an actor. John is gonna come. You know, I mean, come on, this is like a trifecta. You got Aaron and Mike, you know, writing scripts, and you got John and Charlie and Corey and myself and
all you
everybody else. you know, delivering this script, man, it's like, it's amazing, man. It's going to be good. It's going to be great. And what I was trying to say was that's the beauty of Aaron's writing. You can get all these different ideas about the characters, and they'll all be true.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He writes the characters, he fleshes them out, and they're like three-dimensional when you see them.
And I also like the fact that in this episode, we got to hear a lot of backstory. We got to hear a backstory from Mrs. Tootie. We got to hear backstory from Mags, and then we got to get more backstory from Lloyd, because he talks about that it appears that he basically lost everything because he was in the same situation, but it was with his wife who took everything from him. So,
so we did get a little bit,
and we did get a little bit. And so what he won was he got 1 year employment with Vic. He has the use of the apartment and the use of the automobile. On the contingent, he has to just wash his ass.
Cold game.
So he's a cold piece. So I like that, because now as we go into season 2, which we obviously think there's going to be a season 2, now we have a whole year to see how this relationship is going to work between Vic and Lloyd, because by law, this is what has to happen.
Right.
So will Vic try to find a breach in the agreement, or will he write it out? So there's so many ways that they can go for season 2, which I'm really excited to watch out for.
He's gonna have some bum house parties again.
Yeah.
Well, whatever happens, you know, I'm sure it's going to be amazing. You know, again, I'm just asking the fans to tweet, Instagram, get on your social networks, hashtag Black Jesus. Demand Adult Swim give us a second season of Black Jesus, man. It's a great show, and you know, not just because I'm on it, man, but the way I feel when people approach me and they tell me how much they like the show is so genuine, man. And I really appreciate it, man, like for real. And to know that people really like it like they do, man, that is amazing. Thank you so much.
People honestly really do. Just if you hashtag Black Jesus, you have people that are quoting, and it's not they're not quoting one particular character. Sometimes they quote Mrs. Tootie, sometimes they quote Booney, sometimes they quote you, sometimes they quote Vic, Lloyd. I mean, there's so many characters that they're all quoting because there's so many funny things. So that for me, that says a lot. Now let's go into your character. So Black Jesus, now he's in disguise at a restaurant, and it appears to be a Sunday, because as he's coming out, you see a black family in dress clothes going in to get something to eat. Typical of us after 11 o'clock service, we go to a hometown buffet or somewhere, and boom, we have to go eat. Right. They run into you, and one of the father wants to take a picture and Instagram it because he cannot believe that he sees Black Jesus. I thought that was funny.
It was funny.
I thought it was just
I
hilarious.
thought so too.
Yeah.
It's just a testament to staying current. You know, again, for me, Black Jesus, the show is like, it's an exercise in, you know, what would Jesus do? What would Jesus do given the circumstances, given his environment? You know what I mean? Yeah. What type of person would he be? What would he do? And living in this world we living in, come on, man, if we saw Jesus today, I want a picture with him. If Jesus walked in here today, I would want a picture, and I'm going to put it on Instagram, in which you can follow me at Slink Johnson, SlinkJohnson on Instagram. I will put my picture with Jesus on Instagram at Slink Johnson.
That's... I mean, that was real talk.
Yo, if you guys got any questions or you guys want to make a comment or anything, you guys can call in right now, 424-253-0504, 424-253-0504. This dude is funny and talented beyond belief, and yes, he is this tall at Slink Johnson.
Yeah.
At Slink Johnson.
So the news reports that about the robbery, about the Menor robbery, and how there's one horse that is still at large. And so basically you're on the run.
Correct.
Which we get to see you now out of your
garb.
Your garb.
Yeah.
You know, we see you one time we see you with a Lakers Shaquille O'Neal too small jersey, your hair braided.
That motherfucker was young, wasn't it? It was young,
yes,
wasn't
it was.
Do-rag and that.
Right. And so now we get to see you on this run, and like anytime that you're out, people know who you are, no matter what disguise you're in. Everyone knows.
Not to cut you off, but I got a quick question. How many denials did you have of yourself that you were you?
In that episode?
Yeah.
I think it was 3.
Yeah, dog. I was like, sometimes I felt like with the writing, because of the way the characters were, obviously he didn't have 12 disciples, that there was supplement the things that Jesus experienced with other characters. So like, you know, I think it was Thomas, was it Thomas or Peter? I'm trying to remember right now, but one of the disciples, when he was being persecuted, had denied him 3 times. So I think they just supplemented with himself, and he, you know, it was 3 times he was like, no, it's not me. I'm not Jesus. No.
There are a lot of parallels that's people are always going to pick out, and some of them are, I will admit, some of them are you know, planned, and a lot of them aren't. Like, actually a lot of them aren't, and that's just a testament to the Bible itself, and you know, it's just life, you know, and to go back to talk about Black Jesus, that's life. Everything in the Bible that was happening years ago is happening today. Right. Different language, I mean, different, you know, different ways of speaking per se, but it's the same stuff, man. So we're gonna always be able to pull parallels from the Bible into the show. You know what I'm saying? Because Jesus was human. He walked the earth as a human being, and he did things humans do. And
I also believe that, you know, with Jesus walking the earth, the way that your character comes off of how upset you are at how sometimes people can be so selfish. And even when you were praying to him outside of the tree, when you had on that little Laker jersey, and then when you at the restaurant, you're praying to him, but it's a true honesty prayer, because you are really, your character, Black Jesus, he's really frustrated because these people don't get the big picture. And I believe that that's very true. That's very true for today. He would be very frustrated having to deal with how we are as a generation these days. Right.
Yeah, most definitely. I agree. I think it's appalling. You know, but hey, that's the world, and you know, people are all, you know, according to the Bible, God gave us all free will. So you know, everybody uses their free will accordingly, and you know, unfortunately, it's not always the best thing for the world as a whole, but. You know,
what can you do? Yeah, but do the best that you can do.
Right. That's where making the world better. I don't want to deviate too far, but that's what making the way to make the world better is do the best you can, be the best person you are, and raise your children to be the best. I don't want to go out knocking on other people's doors and telling them what they need to do when I got a lot of dirt I need to clean up by myself. Right. I could be a better father. You know what I mean? Right. I could be a better son. I could be a better brother. Right. You know, I could be a better mate. So, you know, fixing the world begins with yourself.
Right, of course.
I'm talking to the man in the mirror.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm asking him to change his ways.
Brother.
And no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make that change. Okay, I just caught up in the moment. Rest in peace, Mike. Who else caught up in the moment?
He hit that.
Mike. Well, Mrs. Tootie also explains how everyone has a situation and how she feels that everyone needs to work on their shoes. Miss Tootie says that for her, she needs to stop trying to be a selfish bitch. Booney needs to work on being a better parent. Fish,
you just want him to stay out of trouble.
Want to say I'm out of trouble. And Maggie needs to love herself more, because Maggie really doesn't have any friends. She doesn't have any homegirls. She doesn't have a boyfriend.
She too fine to be like for real. But it's always the fine ones that's crazy. You know? I'm sorry.
Yeah, that happens.
I'm sorry. That's Maggie's crazy, not Callie. Sorry, Callie. Hey, Callie, do you like alligators? Inside joke. Inside joke. Inside joke.
Oh, brother. Well, so now everyone's at the garden trying to figure out what's going on and how to try and save the garden. And so now Fish finally steps up. Fish now, he has all of the faith. He's saying, you know, what the F would Jesus do? He has faith. And so now,
which is very ironic considering all the stuff that's led up to this situation. And actually Fish was the one that displayed the least amount of faith up until this point. So it's funny now he's the one that's praying and like,
you get it. Those type of people are the people that God works on. You know what I mean? According to the Bible,
right?
You know, you work on people who need that spiritual strengthening, and you know, who need that comfort.
And Fish, I mean, if you want to go back to the Bible, Jesus did pull up. I forgot the name, but there was one who was a fisherman. I believe it was two of them that he actually pulled and brought him into and started working on him. So so that's not only true in life, but it's true to how it represents the Bible as well.
Right on.
Yeah. So,
just for like you and the rest of the cast, I know you can't speak for the rest of the cast, but maybe you guys like talked about some things or whatever, and just for yourself, you mentioned a couple things, like just this process of being on this show. Were there things that were revealed to you just as an individual, as a person, like, man, this is that's something that's really powerful, that just kind of like resonated with yourself? You know, like, because you're constantly like sending messages, and sometimes it's like being a teacher and you can actually learn stuff from your own lessons when you're telling somebody something. Like, it's like somebody coming to ask you for advice, right, and then you're telling them something they need to know, but you're like, damn, I needed that myself, kind of thing. Were there things like that happen throughout the filming process that you're kind of like, man, that was kind of good or deep right there?
Well, you know, to be absolutely honest, I can't name one thing in particular. However, I say just the entire experience of playing Jesus on TV has been overwhelming. It's been an epiphany for me, because I just feel like, again, it makes me want to be a better person, and not necessarily that I want to be Jesus. I don't want anybody to get me wrong. I'm not Jesus Christ. I portray Jesus Christ on TV, but however, I do aspire to be a better person because of it, because now I got people coming to me, you know, they telling me how much they like the show, and they're also telling me what they're getting from the show. You know what I mean? The messages and the lessons that they're getting from the show. Right. It's overwhelming for me, and I kind of want to keep that up, you know, because I've done some questionable things in my life. I mean, we're human, you know what I'm saying? I've done some real janky shit. But, you know, again, I'm changing my ways.
Of course. Has there been one thing in particular that a fan or a fan or viewer have said to you that really just like hit you?
It's all culminated in one common thought, one common sentiment. Is just keep doing your thing, man, and, you know, I get it. Yeah. I get it. Slink Johnson, I get it. Great show, bro. I get it. And that's what gets me the most, you know, to know that somebody gets it, they understand it. Hey, you're getting me, you feeling that, right on. You know what I mean? It can be kind of frustrating when somebody, you know, refuses to watch the show, and on top of that, you know, they shitting on your show. Yeah. You know, come on, man, just watch it, give it a chance. You know what I mean? But the people that get it, and not just like it, but I get it. Yeah. You know, I'm getting these messages. That's just the main thing. You know, all of them. There's no one in particular statement from anybody. It's just when they tell me that they're getting it, and you know, you make me want to be better. Oh, I can't give one. A kid just said on my Instagram just recently that, yo, if Jesus was really like you, I'd be more involved in church. Amen. And I hear that more and more, like, you know what I mean? And just to be able to relate to the children, because although the message is always going to be a good message, always be a good one. However, the way it's delivered might not be palatable for the whole world, or, you know, for a certain group of people. But the message is there, and as long as you know, some people can get it, I'm cool with that.
You know, the initial response was pretty crazy. I mean, how were you expecting that to have that kind of reaction? Like, I mean, because the reaction that the show got initially, I mean, there was articles and, you know, it was all kind of stuff. Like, was it like, oh, I expected this, or was like, dang, we're getting that kind of like feedback? Like, what was your like initial reaction to?
Definitely, I expected it. I expected more. I expected it to be a little more fierce, you know. But shout out to McGruder, because he's been a great friend, a great mentor. You know, he told me what to expect in regards to, you know, it's going to be a lot of backlash. And it's obvious. I'm not a dumb dude. I'm not the smartest dude in the world, but I'm not dumb. You know, anytime you're dealing with a central figure in anybody's religion and you're not necessarily doing it exactly how they like, they're going to be up in arms about it, and understandably so. Right. You know, however, to those people, I just say, please watch the show before you condemn it. You know, check it out. It's a real funny show, and open up your mind and open your heart and check it out and look for the messages as opposed to the language. I
want to quickly go into the garden. So there was a little disarray with the with your disciples, your crew. Some were feeling a certain way, but they all literally came back together. And I also like the fact that you still even had the cholos. Everyone was, you know, together. But then once that it was getting, once the garden was literally about to go down, people kind of, you know, dispersed or whatever. And then once the news reporters was there and they were protesting, everybody was there. Everybody was back together, you know, protesting. And then we see you coming on the horse that the little kid reminded you, showed you to, you know, to bring it all in together. I thought that was just a really great scene, how everybody was together. And then although you were being arrested, you were like, there was a couple things that you said that I thought was really great. You said how you know, we planted the seed already, so let God do the rest. And then you say to Black Jesus says to fish, you know, I felt that faith, good looking. And how they tried to hide your boy under a rock, but you know, I got out in 3 days, and he was like, you know, don't worry, you guys, I'm gonna just leave it to you guys. And then you know, you go off. And then even Diane is now in the fence, feeling a certain way about that as well. So my question to you guys is, do you think that so after like a month, 1 month later, now you're in the halfway house, you're spreading love, and the charges have been dropped, so you're going to get out in a couple weeks, and then you mentioned in the scroll letter from them that maybe Diane had a change of heart. Do you feel, do you think Diane had a change of heart?
I think that Diane, just watching, it looked like she had some reservations just when Jesus was getting arrested. Like, even when the act of it happening, it was more of like, did I go too far? Like, was this really necessary kind of thing? Because I think, you know, she's having a lot of issues just because Jason's not doing and performing or, you know, doing what...
Jason's a slacker.
Right. So she thinks that he's the cause of it, but at the end of the day, Jason is a grown man responsible for Jason. Is me arresting Jesus, who all these people believe in, did I really go too far? I feel like there were some like reservations about her actions that, you know, might come out in season 2.
And even when she was standing in front of a little girl, just to see the little girl, how sad she was when the community garden was being tore down.
Yeah.
She looked at the girl, and there was just a moment of like, oh boy, I think I really screwed up. So I think that's interesting to see what will happen in season 2 is their relationship. And then do you think Jason will take Diane back?
Yeah. He's not really feeling it right now. It's
I hope
obvious.
he do. She fine as a...
He better take that back. No, I think he definitely is gonna take her back, you know, and he's gonna have his reservations about taking her back because of like, how you gonna go this far to do, you know, all this over some funky tennis shoes or whatever? You gonna get my boy locked up, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. But at the end of the day, Jesus told him, you supposed to be with her. You know, you guys are representative of 2 communities coming together. So I think at the end of the day, he's going to take her back because he knows he's supposed to. He's going to get over it. He's going to have to get over it.
And Jesus did say that you know, don't let her get away.
Right. He did. He said, don't let her get away. So he's like reinforcing that, you know, like, look.
At the same time, though, we can't, you know, ain't no spoilers, you know. We still waiting for a season 2. So while we making up all these little plots and stuff, like, hold on. I just say that to say, you know, y'all sound like, oh, well, maybe he'll get back with her because Jesus said so. How many times do people listen to Jesus?
That's true. You got a point. You got a point.
So, you know, Jesus speaks to us all the time, but do we always listen?
That's true.
That's very true.
We just got to see.
I want to go into some of Black Jesus' favorite moments for the season.
You get money fucking with me. You get money fucking with your boy.
There is this,
that's some lines, boy.
and speaking of that, there's a lingo that I think all guys of a particular area speak, whether if they're from LA or from the Bay Area, and you rep it so well. I hear Bay Area, I hear E40, I hear there's so many because I'm from the Bay, there's so many. I feel like when I'm watching you, I also feel like if I was in the Bay Area and Black Jesus was in the Bay Area, I feel that you would speak among the same people, but just in the Bay Area.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Very much so. Yeah. I have a very, very, very heavy Bay influence. For a lot of people that don't know, I am a rapper, and I came up under the tutelage of Too Short. So I spent a lot of time up in Oakland. I spent a lot of time with E40. You know, I just ran into 40 last night. Shout out Earl. I'm going to give me some of that Earl Stevens selections tonight. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I got a lot of love for the Bay Area. I'm very deeply rooted in the Bay. Here too, here in LA, again, I grew up here. And I'm originally from Arkansas, so I kind of like to consider myself an ambassador of the you know, the West Coast and the Third Coast. You know what I mean? Because I got a lot of love in a lot of different areas, man, and all over the country, man. I got some real good people on my team, man. And you know, when Slink Johnson come in town, they roll out the red carpet, and you know, I smoke all ears.
That was one of my favorite moments. So during episode 1, when you grab the blunt, then you start puffing, and they're all looking at you like, okay, is he gonna pass the blunt? And you're like, no, hold up. I got a moment. I'm gonna give it to you in just a second.
He said, I just got it.
Yeah.
I mean, you gonna really sweat Jesus by a little weed, man. You know, it was hot up on that cross, man. It was real hot up on that cross, man. I'm just saying. Hands hurt, feet hurt.
What was one of your favorite Black Jesus moments?
I mean, just when he was talking about you get money, you know, and he was like, you get money, fuck with my boy.
But you gotta do it, because you do a great impression. So can you give us the Black Jesus?
He was like, you get money fucking with your boy. You get money fucking with your boy. You know, and they doing the garden, they working. He's like inspiring them to work. You know, like, don't worry about the money. He wasn't saying that we're gonna become drug dealers. I think some people might have misconstrued it.
Yeah,
but at the end of the day, it was like, if you just have faith, your needs will be taken care of.
Exactly.
That's what he was saying.
Money is the metaphor for everything, for success, for life, and for you know, in this day and age we live in right now, money is the most important thing of all. So I try to say money could be anything. You know what I'm saying? You hungry, you've been out all day. Damn, Thaddeus, you hungry? Here, get your money, man. Eat. Get yours. You know what I mean? So whatever, substance, you know, get your money, man. Whatever it is, whatever your happiness is, however you find your happiness, whatever your vice is, get your money, pimp.
I love it. Speaking of money, one of my favorite moments is the banter between you and Lloyd. And so when Lloyd wanted the numbers to the lotto, he says, well, fuck y'all stinky ass. Lloyd said, I don't stink. If I stink, I would smell myself. Black Jesus says, you do stink and smell like ass and crackers.
Smell like ass. And he says he said you lucky I love your punk ass by default. I fell out. That was yo, was that written?
No. No.
I love your punk ass by default.
I mean, it was written after, you know.
That was hilarious.
We didn't make it up on camera at the spot, of course not.
Right.
But, you know, again, after a few improv sessions and, you know, hanging out with John, you know, we came up with some nice banter.
Yeah. But that's real, because you think about all the dirt you do and all the stuff you do and all the wrong you do, whatever, and God loves you anyway. It's all about you. He still love you.
I still love your bitch ass. You know what I'm saying? You acting like a little bitch right now, but I love you anyway, though. You know what I'm saying? That's just like, you know, this is like parents. Yeah. It's like parents. I love my kids. I love them to death, but I don't like them little motherfuckers. How dare you make me love you? I'm really thinking about what you eating. You know what I'm saying? Well, you want something to eat? I'm supposed not to care about that. But you know, I still love them because they mine, man. I'm just kidding. Jacob, Justin, Jalea, Daddy just playing with you. I love you.
The Jays.
Just a couple things. I know we have the music playing, but just a couple things. You were in a movie called After I'm Gone. When does that come out?
Sometime the first quarter of 2015. Okay, and
what's the character? What are you playing?
I play a obnoxious MC at a comedy club who's giving the main character some real bad time. You know, my character is dating the main character's girlfriend now. This just wasn't cool.
And then let's talk about your mixtape, the 40-year-old
The 40-year-old Virgin.
Yeah, Virgin.
I got a mixtape I'm working on. Like I said, a lot of people don't remember that I'm a rapper. I'm a rapper first, and I got a mixtape called The 40-Year-Old Virgin, in which I'm taking a lot of beats from the 80s and murdering them with 2014 flows.
Oh, snap. That's what I want to. I want to hear that.
We want you. I want you to come on our other affiliate, Black Hollywood Live. But we'd love to see you come and perform some a track.
I want to come on Black Hollywood Live.
Yeah,
look it up. But right now though, that's cool. But right now it's about AFTERBUZZ TV. AFTERBUZZ TV, y'all.
Absolutely. And we want to thank you for being here, and I personally just want to tip my beanie off to you and just say thank you. When I was on the set, you were very nice. You were speaking to everyone, and you personally thanked us for being a part. And I was like, well, I just thought that was really cool just to see you guys, and you guys were just one big family. And I'm just so proud of you on the show. And like I said, I really hope that there is many more seasons to come. And I like how they left everything open for there to be a season 2 and so forth. So we want to just thank
Smart
you.
writing.
Thank you. Yeah.
Smart writing. Aaron McGruder, Mike Clattenburg.
Yeah.
Wonderful writing. But yeah, thank you, Bamm, for being a part of the show. Thank you for having me on AFTERBUZZ TV, young Thaddeus. I thought I was going to have to kick his ass, but I'm glad he came, you know what I'm saying? I was going to kick your ass. I was really, look, Bamm was like, don't kick his ass, Slink. I'm like, man, what's up with this? But it's cool. I'm saying though, hey,
my bad. We'll talk about it later, guys.
And your G Code series.
Oh yeah, I got a YouTube series called G Code. I got a couple of them. I got a few series on YouTube. The main ones right now I'm working on are G Code Check Your Nuts. We just dropped episode 7, and we're just about to drop episode 7 of Community Service, shot by my boy Van Elder. Look up his channel, Bullseye Productions, on YouTube, and check out some of my videos. Or you can check out look for me on YouTube, Slink Johnson. And yeah, that's actually, I want to let everybody out there know I'm never abandoning the internet. I'm going to murder 2015. Me and King Batch are taking over your internet.
Oh wow,
access.
Oh wow,
that's going to be really, really good.
Yeah, man.
I just got to come to set.
Yeah. And then your Twitter,
Facebook, Instagram at Slink Johnson, SLINKJOHNSON. No spaces, no underscore. Put all the letters together, and you got your boy.
And where can you be found?
Instagram and Twitter, Club Thaddeus.
And
Thaddeus was fit to have his ass found in the hospital if y'all should have kicked his ass.
And you can find me on all social media at Bamm Ericsen. And before we go, can you give us like one of your famous lines? The Community Gordon or something. Give me something.
You know what? I don't even know if I want to let you hit this fine yak, because your minds ain't ready and your heart's not open. You need to be a little more kindful. You need to quit coveting your wife. Quit coveting your neighbor's wife. I know she a bad bitch, but that's from the original skit. That's from the original skit. See, that's some gold right there. That YouTube skit, the original YouTube skits for Black Jesus are gold. And anybody that has them right now, keep them, hold on to them, because you probably will never see Black Jesus like that again. But it's definitely comedy gold, man. Thank you, Aaron McGruder.
Thank you guys for watching Black Jesus Season 1 AFTERBUZZ TV with Mr. Slink Johnson. Thank you guys.
Smoke all yours. When I come over your house, smoke every bit of it. I'm coming.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AFTERBUZZ TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AFTERBUZZ TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AFTERBUZZ TV or its owners or principals.